How's your morning been, man?
It's been amazing. Did some cardio and whatnot. Now I'm here ready for the greatest vibe I could have today. So thank you for inviting me, bro.
No, thank you, bro. Like, I've reached out to many pros, and not many of them are receptive to this, but you were, bro. So I really appreciate you taking a chance on me. This is the
Thank you.
fourth episode, I think, in my like replay review podcast. And it's great, man. It's great that you do cardio too, bro. Like I've been trying to lose weight. I have a personal trainer,
Hmm.
and I go 3 times a week, 30-minute drive. But I go in the evenings, so I'm like so dead, and I should start incorporating like a morning routine, you know?
It's really nice. Like even if you run for like or walk for like 30 minutes or whatever, like like even like 20 minutes, it just gets your mind like clear, gets your body ready for the day, bro.
Bro, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I was talking to Kinsa 2 days ago, to Kinsa the pro, and he was telling me the same
Hmm.
thing. And I was like, bro, I gotta be like you, bro. 'Cause, I mean, he's a grinder. He works out like,
Hmm.
yeah, in the mornings, lifts weights and everything. But all right, man. I know we have 2 hours, so I definitely want to get into this. I have a replay, a banger one. I spent this morning going
Hmm.
through like replays on ballchasing.com. I was going
Hmm.
to find your replay, but I thought it'd be more fun for both of us to like look at an EU Pro gameplay. So I have a lobby with
Hmm.
Zen. So I actually, this is a 4 region lobby. I have a lobby with Zen, aZapatos, Drufinho, and TRK.
Hmm.
And I would like to like analyze this replay together, and then just like talk about general shit. Like really, you could talk about whatever you want. Like there's
Hmm.
some podcasts where like people like the pro tends to be more analytical, or like we can just talk about life and shit too. It's depends on whatever you
Hmm.
want to do, but it's super like free flow, conversational. Whatever you want.
All right, bet. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Do you first want to like? I mean, obviously you're very famous, but do you want to first introduce yourself to people who may not know you on my channel?
Oh yeah, of course. Um, Hello everyone. My name is Shaka, aka Arsenal, and I have played pro for many years, and I do content creation and I do coaching, and I just like to have fun. You know what I'm saying? My bad.
Oh! Reset. That's why it works so well to fake it out, to fake out the defense. But there we go. Arsenal, baby.
No, I love it. I love it. That's great, man. And you are on Space Station Gaming, which is
Hmm.
my favorite org, the decal I always use. You've won. I mean, you've won a lot, right? Haven't you, in your career?
I won a good amount, yeah.
Yeah.
I think my earnings are like 330 something thousand or something like that.
She.
So
Holy
like,
fuck.
yeah, made some pretty good money from this tournaments and such.
That's sick, and that's not even including like salary and shit, and
Oh
Twitch
yeah,
and
nah,
everything,
nah.
YouTube. Oh man, my
Hmm.
guy is stacked. That's awesome. Um, so I have a question. So Shaka, I didn't know that was your name. It's very unique. Do you mind if I ask like where that's from, like ethnically or?
Yeah, so my name is Shaka, and it means um well like firstborn or like king.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
all I know it's like I think my grand because like I'm a junior, so me and my dad have the same name, and I'm pretty sure it's like some type of African, descent or whatever. So, you know what I mean? I
That's
don't, I don't really
yeah.
know the exact John.
I get it. That's dope. That's dope. Um,
Thank you, thank you.
all right, so I'm gonna stream this to you. I'm gonna control
Hmm.
the replay. You can just let me know like when to pause it or which player to like move to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I have a question. When did you start playing Rocket League, and what like motivated you to download the game, try it out, and try to be a pro eventually?
So I think I started playing around 2016. It may have been 2015, but I'm pretty sure it was 2016. And I basically started playing because I was at a friend's house. It was his birthday, and it was a bunch of us over. And randomly, bro brought up. He said, "Yo, y'all want to play Rocket League?" I said, "What is that?" Because like at the time, I'm in the 2K, I'm in the Call of Duty, I'm in the every other game. And he's like, it's basically soccer with cars. And you know me, my mind just lit up. I'm
Yeah.
like, I've never played a game like that in my life. So I said, let's do it. So we was just playing. It was such a like different type of game that I've never played before that like for me, when it's something I've never done before, I've never experienced, I get like locked onto it where I just want to keep doing it and get better and better and better. So that was kind of like the situation. I just went home, I bought it, started playing it, and yeah, the rest is history.
That's awesome, man. For me, Rocket League was love at first sight. Like, I watched the
Hmm.
PewDiePie video in like 2015, and I was like, "What the hell?" I've never, my eyes have never been lit up like that before. Like, I was just so excited. Um, but I have another question. So, like, obviously, you started playing in 2016. Is that right?
Yeah.
2016. Was that season two?
Season 3 of ranked, I think I started. So like maybe late 2016 or so like just around there in 2016. It was like season 3 of ranked, I think, when I first started, or
I
may have been
see.
season 2 actually.
How long did it take you to get GC?
Um, I got GC fairly fast. I mean, I can't give a actual number of how many months or like how long it took, but I just know I got it fast because all I did was grind once. Like I was like from Xbox, all I did was play once. I used to watch Squishy Muffins and like I used to try to like eventually I was competing against Dapper and Squishy on Xbox. So like yeah, it was surreal.
Oh, that must be surreal. Like, how do you get over that? Like, when you see pros in your lobby, I don't know if you see the screenshot, but like, if I was this Fennec right here, or this stream, if I was this Fennec right here, looking at TRK, Drufinho, and aZapatos, I'd be like shitting in my pants. You know what I mean? Like, how'd you get over that fear when you first started like playing pros consistently?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've always been like a player to get excited when I play better comp or when I play against a better player. But I think it, especially since I've played so much ones, you kind of learn not to even focus on too much on the opponent's name or even the opponent in general. You just focus on what you want to do and plays that you should be making. Like, um, even if the other name was like Billy Bob 254 or John 365, you're still gonna cheat the same way. You're still gonna go for plays the same way. You're still gonna do you the same way. You just learn how to not let the opponent's name affect how you play. Because if you're actually like looking at your screen and you're focused on the gameplay, if it's TRK or Drufinho and AZAP on the left, it doesn't matter. Like it's still the cars on the screen. So,
True.
you know.
Yeah. I had to get over that. I've played a few pros, and I started when I got up to like 1800 MMR. I started putting on the anonymizer, a Bacchus mod, because I was just getting too nervous.
Yeah.
And bubble players too, especially when I would play like shit and I'd get roasted or get some nasty Steam comments. I have like a hundred.
Yeah.
I have like 150 Steam comments on my profile of like people just calling me shit. It's hilarious
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
I play like
that's
3,000 ranked twos
it's
games
normal.
a season. That's why I get play so much.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
okay, I have one last question. So like before we get into the game, so Arsenal, are you a fan of Arsenal or why did you choose that name?
So when I was on Xbox, my original account was, I think it was Run 80s or It's 80s or something like that. And my account stopped working. Like I lost my Xbox Live, so like I couldn't play comp anymore. So then my brother, he had an account. It was Arsenal X97, and he had Xbox Live, and he didn't really play. So I asked him if I could use his, and he was like, "Yeah, you can just have it. Like, just play on it." So he kind of just gave me the account, and ever since then, I kind of just kept the name because I've never been too creative with like names and stuff. It's just like Arsenal X97, remove the X97. I'm Arsenal now, you know.
It's a dope
So
name, bro. It's a dope name,
thank you.
and it probably gives you
But
some
no,
some viewers on Twitch, right? Because they think you're like,
uh, yeah, there was a famous clip where like the Arsenal football team thought I was the because my name on Twitch when I got especially when I got signed at Space Station, I got Arsenal, just clean Arsenal. And they thought I was the football team that was hosting. It was like some soccer event, some Arsenal soccer event. So then they put me on the front page, and I got to like 10K viewers or like something
dude,
crazy,
that's
and like there was
insane.
like a viral clip.
I
Yeah,
think I
so
remember
like
that. Yeah, that's hilarious.
it was a sick moment for sure.
That's awesome, bro. Um, all right, man. Is there anything you want to address before we get into the replay?
Um, yeah, I mean, I guess since we are doing a replay review, something that I'll probably be pointing out is how to actually watch a replay review and like what you should be picking up on. because I think a lot of people watch replays and they just nitpick every little part of their gameplay, their teammates' gameplay, the opponent's gameplay. But when you watch a replay, it's more of just recognizing habits, recognizing things that you do consistently that needs to be changed over time. Like for example, let's say you're watching a replay and you keep hitting the ball away. You bang the ball every single time. I'm not sitting there thinking about every perfect touch I need to get from there. It's like, oh, I just need the next game. I'll just take control of the ball more. Because even within that, it's like, now how do I take control of the ball? What do I do? Okay, now that I'm taking control of the ball, I'm taking too much time. Consistently, I'm taking too much time. That's why they're dunking me over and over and over. Let me just work on that. And it's like you're just blocking out certain things that you can focus on in game. So then once you get that down and you get those habits down, you can move on to the next thing. So that's kind of like how I like to analyze replays.
Like more of a macro outlook than like a micro one.
Yeah, because people try to replay review themselves, kind of like a pro. Because like consistently, when we're watching this gameplay, you'll see them getting certain touches and doing certain things, and it's like after they make the mistake, next time they know instantly how to fix it because they've already realized. Like from a pro level, they already have the habits down on a micro level, so like it gets even like smaller. Of like, let me just tweak this thing. Like, let me use 12 less boost so I can get this type of 50, or let me slow down just a tad bit at the end so let me get this type of 50. But people try to do that within their own gameplay when it's just like, just hit the ball around the guy, But yeah.
No, that's a really good point. Because I think people, number one, they try to emulate pros. So they'll watch Squishy play and they'll be like, I can play like him. And then they try to mimic the movements of a pro without actually understanding the fundamental reason why the pro is making certain decisions with their car.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny, like the dynamic of that. But yeah, so the purpose of this replay, like I do have higher level players who watch this and also lower level players. So definitely like I would love to hear your super high level reasons why some things should happen, but also we should like distill it down for the lower level players. It's like a mix. It's like a mix smash kind of thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think with every scenario too, you can look at it on a broad level and then like dive deeper into it, like depending on the level of the player. Yeah. So let's do it.
Let's do it. Do you want to have which perspective do you want to watch first? We got Zen. It's like a buffet.
I mean, yeah, I was about to say. I mean, it depends on if we're gonna start with a higher level POV first. I mean, of course, Zen. But I think the best POV to watch right now would be TRK because he has the most, I would say, replicatable playstyle. Like, he has a very simple way of playing. It's just super efficient. So I say we watch TRK.
Love it. Like wavy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a strange flip.
Yeah.
I have a question. So
what's up?
I think a lot of players right here would be wondering, why isn't TRK just diving at him right here?
Because Zen has control of the ball. He has possession of the ball. So from a distance, especially at the highest level, it will be easy. Like go to Zen's POV. If you go to Zen's POV, it's easy for Zen to outplay here. Like let's say
I'm gonna slow it down.
Let's say this happens, 25? Right? Yeah, slow it down. Yeah. So let's say Zen has possession is huge in high level play. Zen has full boost. He's on the corner. He has full possession. If TRK tries to dive, all Zen has to do is like just hit it, either take it to the ceiling quickly because he has more boost, or just literally just hit it around him. Or like he just has like any type of advantage he wants. So like, wait, let me see if I could. And it's also like the speed at which he does it too, or at which he can do it. Because Zen's already moving and he has momentum, and TRK is kind of coming from a no momentum position. It's easy for him to get outplayed. Like, and let me actually, could I show it in a game or like in like a free play real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Basically, the reason why TRK can't go is because Zen has possession and he's closer to the ball than TRK. So the speed at which he can affect the ball to get it around TRK is a lot faster than the speed at which TRK can actually get to the ball. So like, let's say Zen gets a touch right here and TRK tries to go, he can instantly like flick it over and like make a play around him. It's like on a high level, it's so easy to beat if someone's jumping from far or they're committing from far. Because as long as the player on the ball makes a play quick, like even if they're right here and he makes a play quick like this, it's like an instant goal, or it's like a free like shot every time. Yeah. Or for example, like even let's say Zen's going up here, right? And he's going for the play, and TRK tries to like jump like this when he has like 20, 30 boosts. All Zen has to do is something like this. Like, say he's going up here, he can like boom, pop it to the ceiling, and then he is like full possession, and he can like go solo play. So it's like if he goes from that distance, and especially because his teammate isn't positioned yet, like in the back end while he waits, it's like a 2v1 on defense. So after the 50, you'll see his teammate can play. Whereas if he rushes it, then the guy behind has to rush it, you know?
But forcing in this position is really dumb because, I mean, Zen can easily score from here. Even though the angle isn't ideal. You know, forcing is better when the ball is not in a dangerous position, but obviously TRK, like, forcing Zen to hit the ball to the ceiling, then catch it is not a smart play. You know?
Yeah. And also the biggest reason why he doesn't challenge here is because go to Drufinho. So like he's basically stalling time too for Drufinho to like get pads and get boosts and get in position. Because if he instant challenge right there, Drufinho is facing towards his net. So even if Zen just goes quick and plays it off the backboard, Drufinho is gonna have a hard time defending because he's facing towards the net. He's like backwards. Exactly. So it's like he won't be able to like affect the ball. As opposed to like AZap would probably like go to AZap's point of view, actually on the play. Like AZap would have been able to like get there first because he's facing towards the ball. So if he holds boost, who's gonna get there first? AZap, since he's facing towards the ball, not Drufinho because he's facing away, he's facing backwards. Like he would have to turn around and boost, and by then like he's already beat. So yeah.
No, exactly. All right, thank you. That was really good. Let me go back here. I like that too. That Zen realized he had dead time here on this flip. Like guys, when you're mid flip, you kind of have dead time, so you can use that to like use your like swivel your camera, use your rear view camera. You know. All right. Really nice 50. Ooh.
Zen trolled.
Why did he troll? I think it was. Let's see. Yeah, he should probably score.
Well, he took a soft touch, because TRK was like kind of facing towards him, and he thought he was gonna challenge.
I see.
But he trolled like the second part, like the jump wave dash. He could have just solo played, or like he does now.
Yeah.
The challenge.
Let's see. So AZap's first man, forces high. Nice. So obviously, like in that position, why did Zen not go backboard instead of? Because it's just
he didn't have time.
Okay.
He didn't have time to go backboard. Like if he goes backboard here, he probably gets scored on.
I see. Okay.
Because Drufinho would have had. Because if you look at the challenge timing, Drufinho didn't have time to get in front of the ball to go for a bump on that flip reset. But like if he would have went backboard, he could have gave him more time to like get in front. He's really just playing closer to close the distance if needed. Because you don't need to be backboard here. He could still, if it goes backboard, he could still jump and reach it before it hits the backboard. So he's playing the in between. If he like went backboard, you give Drufinho more time, especially like if he did that next time to like just score.
I think a lot of like GCs they see like the first man challenger. Because I mean, this is pretty like the play is pretty shallow or pretty deep, but like you know, the conventional wisdom is, hey, first man challenger, forces high, and then you go backboard to collect. But like this, how do you make that decision to go backboard versus to cut in shallow like here, you know, into the box?
Well, it also depends on what Drufinho is doing, because right here, let's say Drufinho is hitting it to the backboard. Even Zen being on the ground, he could still jump and control the ball. So like it doesn't matter if he goes backboard or if he's like, a lot of time it's not about waiting and already being in a position, it's about guarding a position. So Zen right there, because he's on the ground, he's able to stop a flip reset, and he's able to stop if Drufinho goes over and goes for a double tap. But if you already commit to the backboard, you kind of give the guy that's making a play space, because if Drufinho got a better flip reset or like a softer flip reset, then like he probably scores. So
no, that's a great point. Let's see. I wonder what happened here.
Zen he's got a bad touch.
It's tough because like he might get bumped, you know, with TRK.
Yeah. it looks like he wanted to hit it to the right, but he thought he might get bumped. So he tried to like switch last second. Like he was indecisive in his decision making.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if he hit it to the left, then like Drufinho would have probably had a free ball. But if he hit it right, he had a free ball, but he didn't want to get bumped. So it was like he was in between decisions.
You know, actually, you brought up hesitation. That's something I wanted to talk about with you, because in
Hmm.
my opinion, you're like, I would say you have a free flowing play style. Like you're very
Hmm.
satisfying to watch because it seems like you're so quick to make your decisions, and everything looks so smooth and natural. But there are
Hmm.
players, even pro players, but more like someone like me, who I hesitate, and it's like I can never. It's hard for me to commit to a decision because I'm thinking about all these little intricacies of like how much boost does he have? Am
Yeah.
I too shallow? Am I too deep? Like, what do you advise players to do, like mentally, to like get out of those like ruts where you're just hesitating all the time?
Yeah. I mean, that's a great question. A lot of it is just go for the ball. Like becoming good at Rocket League, and the reason why I'm so free flowing is because like I'm not thinking about like you say you were thinking about all the small stuff. Do they have boosts? All this stuff, and naturally that'll slow you down. But like I've already jumped for like dumb balls and got beat and like messed up on touches, and I've already messed up so much that like that's where the muscle memory comes from. It's not something I have to think about. Like based on what I can see, I know if they have boosts or not. Like if you go to Zen's POV right there on that shot.
Oops, sorry. This one, this shot,
Was it?
this shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're like go back even more a little bit and like slow it down a tad bit. This is something that you don't like Zen doesn't even have to think about. Or like actually go yeah, you can just play a little forward, a little more forward.
Okay.
Like yeah, actually you can leave right here. You can play it. Pause
Is
it.
this 25?
So like right here. Yeah, yeah, right here, right here. So Zen, he doesn't have like if you're thinking it's like, oh, he's gonna shoot the ball, where's he gonna shoot it? Oh, is this in? Is this in? Oh, I'm gonna jump last second, I'm gonna miss. Oh, it's awkward. But Zen, because he's already been in that position, because maybe he's jumped and got a bad touch, or maybe he waited and it went in. Because he's seen that so many times, he knows it's not in. That's kind of how it works. So like a lot of people when they play Rock League, they're afraid to make mistakes. But I'm a player who, and especially the higher level you go, you have to embrace mistakes because that's where you learn. If Zen makes the decision without thinking to jump or not jump, either way he learns. He
Yeah.
jumps and he realizes I can make this type of touch, or he jumps and or he doesn't jump and he gets scored on. So either way you learn. But when you're thinking, next time you're going to try to think more and think more and think more and think more, and it slows you down by a tad bit and a tad bit and a tad bit. But once you just get comfortable just doing, just doing, and then whatever the result is, okay, boom. Because that's kind of what the muscle memory is. Based on what I see, based on what's going on, like I'm gonna do this. Like I remember last time I got scored on. The memory is I got scored on when I didn't jump. So now I'm a jump. It's kind of like that.
That's beautifully said. Embrace mistakes. It's like it's so hard to do, you
Yeah,
know? Because like
yeah.
I think people in general, like I used to queue six bands. I was like rank B, and like I stopped queuing because I would make a mistake and I would hear this in the call.
Yeah, heavy
I'm
side,
like,
heavy
I'm like, bro,
side, bro.
fuck
Like,
you, like, like
yeah,
fuck you, like, why are you being a prick?
yeah,
And I'm not perfect either. I make my own like little, passive aggressive remarks, but like, it's just I think
hmm,
people have this very negative self talk in general in life. Like people are very negative to themselves.
yeah,
Like you should treat yourself like your
100%.
best friend, bro. Like just relax, be positive, like play the game. If you make a mistake, who cares? Like you're trying to get better. It's all about improvement. It's all about the journey, not the destination. So like people try to correct their mistakes and like become like squishy overnight, bro. You're not gonna become. It takes thousands of mistakes, bro. Like Michael Jordan's missed how many fucking 10,000 shots in the NBA, more shots than probably
Hmm.
anyone. LeBron, like that's just how it is in Rocket League too. So that's beautifully said. And I think intuition is really an underrated thing in Rocket League in general. Like, because if you're devoting mental energy to like thinking about what you're doing in a 5 minute Rocket League match, you're already cooked. You think so? It's
Hmm.
like because there are rules based pros. Like I'm not calling any pros out. I will call memory out. Like memory, maybe like a more of a rules based pro. Would you say like? Um, and there are other like rules based pros where it looks like they're slower, they're hesitant, but they're just playing a different role. Whereas you're more of like a
Yeah.
disruptor. You're very quick and fast and mechanical. So
Hmm.
it's interesting because I do think it's not a one size fits all. Like there are some people who maybe would be more free flowing and it's easier for them, and there's some who are more like rules based.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to that, a lot of it is like especially now as Rocket League gets like a lot quicker and a lot like higher level, everyone's becoming more like free flowy. Like the top teams are like all free flowy. They play speedy. They may like make quicker decisions that look slow, but they're constantly making like very small decisions that you may not realize. But the biggest thing that I've learned is that the reason why people try to think their way out of it, it's just for their pride and ego. So like for me, when I if I wanted to improve the most, I had to humble myself because I basically like in your mind, there's an ego in there that wants credit for everything that you do. So if you think your way into a goal, you're saying like, yes, I did this, but then when it goes wrong, you're like, no, I didn't want to do that. No, I suck. So it's like that ego is what's holding you back. But if you just like humble yourself and realize that regardless of what happens, I'm good, you know, that's where you grow the most.
I love
You
that,
can't grow
bro.
in your ego.
I love that. I did a video a month ago, Rocket League, where I studied Sigmund Freud, like his
Hmm.
psychoanalytic theory, and I try to apply it to
Hmm.
Rocket League. So there's something called refraction, where it's you block out negative thoughts, or it contributes to Dunning-Kruger effect, where people like overestimate their skill. It's because there's some
Hmm.
people who like only look at what they do right and don't look at what they do wrong because it's like upsetting or
Hmm.
traumatizing to them. And I said, like,
Hmm.
you can look inward, like what Squishy advises you to do, like, hey, if you guys get scored on, there's always something you could have done better. You can't blame your teammate.
Hmm.
There's something you could have done better. Or you can look outward, where it's like, I'm the best, fuck my teammate. Like, you get really
Hmm.
confident. You know what I mean? There are players who fit that mold. And then there's the third option, which is just like to find peace, which is kind of what you said. It's like, just
Hmm.
relax, like, realize that everyone makes mistakes, and just try to get better. It's not about
Yeah.
the blame game.
Yeah. I would also say like I wouldn't even call that confidence. I think confidence is internal and it's you have to be humble to be confident. You can't be prideful and confident because if your confidence is based on external, then that ultimately like affects how you move, right? But I will also say the way pros see a lot of things, especially when they're playing that free flowy play style, is or I guess I'll speak for myself, but I don't see things as good or bad because think of it like this: if you miss a shot and you look at it as good, does or good or bad, what does that do? Genuinely nothing. Either way, you have to make the following play. So that's kind of where that flow state comes from, where it's like, if I make a good or bad play in the moment, it doesn't matter if I label it as good or bad, because either way, I have to make a play. I have to like make the next play. That's why pros can like literally like go for a psycho almost on goal and on a like following next play, bang it in your net. Because they're not seeing that messed up cycle as like, damn, I just made a mistake. Oh, damn, I should have did this. They don't care. They missed the ball. What am I about to do next? What touch am I about to get immediately next? What am I not even what shot? What recovery am I gonna have based on this shot I just had? You know?
Hmm.
So
That's really well said. Being able to like just keep your composure and just move next. It's not even about keeping their composure, because like they don't even get tilted, because like they've
hmm.
played for so long, for so many hours. You think it's a little bit of like apathy too, and like ranked especially. It's like, it's just ranked. But like, I mean, because I imagine like they're not going for psychos in RLCS. Are you more talking about ranked, or are
Hmm.
you talking about RLCS as well? This.
I don't know. People go for cycles in RLCS too, but the mental there's a big mental difference between ranked and tournament. Like it's a lot easier to do it in ranked because pros, in all honesty, they care way more about improvement and even scrims. They care way more about improvement than winning in a sense. Like of course, yes, they care about winning, but like ultimately you want to improve and you want to work on habits so that when you get in tournament you can actually win. But that's where that stress comes in. That's where your mental is actually tested, where they might be worrying about the good or the bad because they actually genuinely want to win. So like for the average player, they genuinely want to get a certain rank. So it's hard for them to ignore the good or bad because they really want to get there. So it's like the same in pro play versus those ranked players, except it's just like on a higher level.
Oh, for sure, a much higher level, a lot more stress.
Hmm.
200,
Yeah,
300,000 viewers watching you. I don't know how you do it, honestly.
yeah. It's super stressful.
It's crazy, especially in front of a crowd. Is it, what's more stressful for you, like in front of a crowd, or like what's the most stressful like area of Rocket League for you?
Um, Most stressful has always been just like online. Like I feel like I always get to land and I always feel better. Like I love being in front of the crowd. I love the energy of the people. I love just the whole environment, even the experience. Like the reason why I played Rocket League for a long time was just to make lands and compete at lands. Because like online, at a certain point, playing in your room and doing well online, it doesn't really like I don't know. It's just like whatever. Like, it's like I want to get to land and win. So
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. Congrats on all your success, man.
thank
You've
you,
had an
thank you,
amazing career, and you should be proud of it.
thank you.
Let's see. I'm just so I have a question. We just watched this whole replay while we're talking. Is you have a choice.
Yeah.
We can either go back and do some analysis, or I have another banger replay with Wavy, Retals, and Yujin and Zen, I think. The
Hmm.
thing is, like, if Retals messes up, I don't know if you can roast your boy. I'm not sure. I'm
I
joking.
mean, yeah. I mean, I think either way, like, I'm down for whatever gameplay you would like to
All right, let's
watch.
move on. Here we go. Wavy Mech. Mech is like a young guy, right? He's an up and comer, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. Let's see it. Who do you think is like the most underrated player right now in the scene? Like NA, EU, anywhere.
Underrated. Mm, Honestly, that's hard. I feel like there's a lot of underrated, so it's hard to just pick one.
Yeah. I feel like it's Yujin.
Yeah. I mean, I saw people rating Yujin like top five EU at some
Really?
point. So like,
Jeez.
yeah, I think Yujin is finally getting his respect. So, but yeah, Yujin's really good.
Yeah. Let's see. And Wavy too. That's why I picked this replay. I think Wavy and Yujin, both of them are like the most underrated in their respective regions.
Mm. No, Wavy's really good. I'm excited to see how he plays in LCQ.
Oh yeah, with Retals and
Two
two
piece.
piece. Yeah, I was gonna say Parf, but let's not talk.
Yeah.
It
Mm.
was yeah. When is the LCQ? Is it like in a week or two?
Um, Not. I'm actually not sure what a bump.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's look at this bump. Ooh, that's a really good touch.
Yeah, really good soft
What do
touch.
you think went in his mind here? Like, did he just like look at Wavy flipping past him? He's like, okay, now it's a 1v1. 1v1, most optimal play is like an air dribble bump. Is that kind of what went through his mind?
No, he just like a lot of watching high level play. It isn't just like he's thinking of it before. So you have to look at it from like what's going on. So even right there, the only reason why he went for air dribble is because he got that boost. So like he gets the boost, and then after he gets the like he gets the touch here, boom, he gets the boost. He goes for a solo play. He tries to get a soft touch, instantly realizing that the after the touch the touch is just too hard, so he can't like air dribble. So instantly he looks for a bump. That's kind of like how fast like pro decision making is. Like, oh, I didn't get a soft enough touch, boom, bump.
I
Because like if
see.
he yeah, if he would have got like a softer touch, he would have probably air dribbled it over him or went for a reset or like. But he's like, oh, hard touch. That's why he arrowed like through it like that because um he know he can't like if you watch like lower level people here, if they got this touch, they probably keep flying in that same direction and go for an air dribble flip reset, and then Redos would like save the ball. It's just like how fast he realizes, oh, this touch wasn't good, right? Because he's probably made that touch so many times that like and the other player has saved it that like he realizes, oh crap, I don't have time to flip reset here. I don't have time to like shoot it again because he's gonna get to it before me. So I gotta like bump him.
That's interesting because I would have thought that pros are at such a level where they can actually calculate each touch, but they can obviously, but it's more about like instant adaptability, you know? Is
Yeah,
that kind of how you would call it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's exactly what muscle memory is too, because his like I said before, he remembers him getting that exact touch, like he knows how to get that touch. He may not even have wanted to get that exact touch, but like he knows that after getting it, what can I do after? Like, right, there's no thought of like, oh, I didn't want that touch right there. I wanted a soft touch. So like I don't know what to do after. It's like once he gets that touch, he's just remembering like, oh crap, I gotta bump him now, you know?
His options have lessened, and now he's like, okay, he instantly
Yeah.
recognizes what he has to do. It's pretty cool. This was
Yeah.
a crazy play. Like, what was this shit?
Yeah.
Are they
This
trolling?
is
Hold
crazy.
up, hold up.
That's actually just peak.
But I mean, he did
Because
like
like,
not hit it at the end, but it's good enough. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, if he had it, he would have probably saved it.
Yeah,
But that was just a really good like pre jump. They had like space, so like he just like found them on the pass.
that's awesome.
And the reason why Riddle's probably passed there is probably like there's times where he may have like solo played in that position and you get counterattacked. So you're like, it's better to just pass and play my recovery than it is to like solo play that ball while my teammates pre jumping in front
Yeah.
of me.
You know, you've been at the forefront of like transcendent Rocket League, as in, like, you know, obviously with you, Daniel Retals, and with Cypical, but like, you know, you guys kind of, in my opinion, I think it's you and the peeps. You guys have kind of invented like the bump meta, or just playing
Mm-hmm.
speedy, fast, like loose, free flowing, and just like going for
Mm-hmm.
bumps, going for pre jumps, whatever you want. Like
Mm-hmm.
how did you come to like adopt that play style? You know?
Um, I mean, for me, it was kind of just like I just want to go for the ball. Like, because I came from ones, especially, I was just a ball chaser, and I just wanted to touch the ball and like make plays. So like, I wanted to do different types of plays and whatnot. So the more I went for the ball, the more plays I could make. I was always like really good on offense. Like every shot was like really nicely placed. Like I was just really like quick and everything. My defense is what I had to work on. So like when it came to the demos and bumps, it was just like a second iteration of like, okay, now these plays aren't working, or I'm playing against players that are guarding these plays. I gotta just take them out. Like, I gotta get them going. Like I don't know why they saving every ball. You
Yeah.
know, or it was like that you could just tell they're comfortable. Like certain plays that you make when you get to a certain level, if the other team is comfortable, they can save it every time. So like that's why for me, I guess when I watch like some pro saves and pro plays, it's like, oh, that's like an easy save. It's like you just see that all the time. So it's like then when they actually do a play, that's like okay, that was actually sick. Then it's like it's because they went outside the norm basically.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's awesome, man. It's funny because people credit like Calm and V1 for that like meta, but it was really you guys. But you
yeah, I
know,
mean, I think Calm like he definitely pushed it like very heavily. Like he definitely adopted it really well and like utilized it to like perfection. So
yeah. And I do feel like there's a new meta kind of. It's like the pre-jump. I see a lot of pre-jump passes now, especially
yeah,
in mid.
hmm
Yeah,
hmm
it's insane.
yeah, everything's a pre-jump.
I was at Rally, bro, and I saw some crazy plays. I saw you, but there was like a 300 person line to see you. I was
hmm
like, I'll just meet him on a podcast maybe one day.
hmm
um, what's it called? Yeah, it's insane, bro. It's like even in rank now, like, cause I took a 3 year break. I was 1800 in 2020. I came back in 2023. I'm kind of back in the same MR now, but like the game has evolved so much, even in lower level play. I felt like ranked was like always full of kind of shit players, like in 1800, 1700. But nowadays, I feel like the player base has improved substantially. It's insane, bro.
hmm
It's like people are
Yeah,
so smart now.
everyone's gotten a lot better. Yeah,
Yeah, it's sweaty as
I mean
fuck.
that the gameplay as a whole is just being sped up. Like the reason why you couldn't pre-jump back then is because while you're pre-jumping and playing fast or whatever, the guy behind is just playing slow and just like waiting. They're not being like active on the play behind. But now because players are just playing faster as a whole, the guy behind is really like off a play. He's playing super flat fast. He's rotating fast. He's covering you really quick. So you can pre-jumps because even if you get beat or they shoot, you're already there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. No, I remember when I was watching Rocket League when C9 was dominating in NRG. It's like I was honestly, not to shit on them, but I was bored out of my mind watching their gameplay. It was like really like
hmm
formulaic, and I loved
hmm
when people started just bumping them. Like, and they were, I'm sorry, I know they
Yeah.
were getting salty about it too, but like when they started like pushing the pace against C9 and NRG with Squishy and all them, that's when
hmm
Rocket League really started becoming fun to watch, bro. You know,
hmm
and you were really, I would say you, Retals, and other pros were the reason. You know.
Yeah, just freaking cringe Carl gameplay. Just
They thought it was cringe,
aggressive.
but it's not cringe at all. Like, what are you talking about? It's very
Yeah.
skillful,
Hmm.
and it speeds up the play, so it makes it more fun to watch. Like bumps are amazing.
Yeah. Bumps open up a lot of
Oh
space.
yeah. Oof. Actually, I wanted to ask you a question on one of these goals. It
Hmm.
was Yujin air dribbling. It was here. This one. Okay, this is pretty interesting
Hmm.
to me. What's going on in his mind right now? If we can like dive deep into his mind.
Okay, so I mean, he's taking his time because he just has space. He sees Wavy challenging. So Wavy's coming across, like he's coming from his right to he's coming from Yujin's right to his left, if that makes sense. Like he's coming across like towards the middle. So if he tries to play it around him to the left, you're kind of playing into his hands, kind of like a triangle, where it's like Yujin, if Yujin was to go left, then Wavy will be able to meet him there and cut it off easier. But because of that, he sees him coming like towards him. He plays it to the opposite side where his momentum isn't going. That's why he's able to like get it around him. Because
That's
even if you
interesting.
would have played it fast to the left, Wavy's already moving in that direction, so the adjustments needed aren't going to be as much. Like if you go to Wavy POV, and you can kind of see it from like Wavy's POV that like any touch to the right is going to be easy for Wavy to adjust because his momentum is moving in that direction. So like even like a slight flip to the left, he can affect the ball. But because he plays it like he counters his momentum, Wavy can't like change in time to like get back to the ball. I mean, he could have guessed. He could have like tried to guess where he's going, but it was just how quick he did it.
Dude, that's an excellent breakdown, and that's an insane amount of confidence. Because like for me, I do a lot of these like back ball dribbles, and if I see a
Hmm.
ceiling challenger that confident, that coming at me that quick, I'm just like
Hmm.
50ing it or not even hitting it. But like, I thought Yushin was
Yeah.
about to get dunked here. Like, I can't believe you hit it
Well,
past him.
even if he gets dunked, it doesn't do anything. But because once again, like Mech is closer to the ball, Mech is playing behind. So even if Wavy dunks, it's probably gonna go to Mech. That's like them. That's why pros like play closer to each other. Because if Yujin like goes for that play, which is the right play he should be going for, if Mech isn't there playing behind, ready for the ball, then that's Mech's fault. Because that's the play that Yujin needs to make.
Hmm.
And then he didn't flip reset right here because the ball's falling down. So he tried to delay and bait Retals in by not using boost, and then like hoping that Retals would drive up. That's why he's like feathering his boost. He's trying to like bait Retals in, and then he's holding boost to try to get a hard enough touch over him. But Retals just waits. He plays patient.
No, thanks for highlighting that because I thought this play shows a lot. Because I think a lot of like lower level players are gonna be like, okay, I'm in the air, I'm close to the ball. Let's like use all my boost to try to get some 2 mile per hour flip reset. Like
Hmm.
you have to really recognize what balls are flip resettable, if that's a word, and what balls aren't. And
Hmm.
like even if
Yeah,
even I mean like like,
he could flip reset this,
but it's not really gonna
but
do much.
yeah, I mean, even from like a pro, like if you go to Retals POV, so pros know that basically from a pro level, if you're falling down with the ball and you're getting a reset, the only way to get by is to use the reset. So like a lot of the time, Retals there, if he sees Yujin go for a flip reset, he'll just he already knows muscle memory wise, I'm not gonna go for this ball because Yujin's falling with the ball. He's probably gonna use the reset, flip it to me. I'll have possession. I can easily outplay Yujin. Now it's a 2v1
Yeah,
on Mech.
yeah,
So like that's why Yujin makes that play, so he doesn't make it a 2v1. So now he's at least back.
yeah. And notice, guys, how he waits to the last second to use the last boost. Because like, I mean, in Retals, like Retals probably knows he's 100, right? But like, there's some players
Hmm.
who would be like, oh, the ball's falling and Yujin's falling. He's not using boost really, so he probably has
Hmm.
low boost. Okay, so that means I'm gonna time
Hmm.
it so I can challenge last second. No, that's
Yeah,
not. I mean, maybe in Diamond it might work, but not here.
yeah,
He's trying to bait Retals into like a bad touch.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
And the
really good
thing is
play.
here, if Reto's timing wasn't perfect there, like there's scenarios where like Yujin does this exact play. If the guy even commits and even if they get a touch on the ball, it might even go off that sidewall and then Mech could just shoot an open net. So it's just like even like him doing that, like that timing is like correct. That's the type of timing you do like every time if you want to do that play pretty much. Because you can even like throw if Reynolds would have even jumped earlier and he gets a bad touch off that sidewall, it goes straight to Mac and then they
Exactly.
probably like 2v1. So it's like,
This was rough by Mech.
yeah.
It's tough. Like what I would have done is I probably would have faked touch and backed up a little bit. You know?
Nah, because
No.
then you kill all your momentum. Like Mech has to make a play there, he just makes the wrong one. But like you have to make a touch there because if you back up like that and you like try to take a touch, you're gonna give Redos time to come in with momentum, and like either demo you or like just instant like dunk you pretty much. Like let's say you do this, boom, you fake it, you're backing up. As you're backing up, he's driving towards you. So then if he just fake challenges you, wait here, I'll like pull up a screen share again.
Oh,
Wait,
let's do
actually
it.
my screen share already up. So like let's say you're in this situation, right? Retals has the ball right here. So if you're backing up, all he has to do is just drive at you, and then even if he fake challenges like that, and you try to play a 50, the ball would probably come back to him, and he will collect it and easily outplay you and then score.
That's
And
interesting.
that's what I like to call like recycling myself, or something I would probably do. I mean, it depends on the play you make, of course, but like if you have the ball and you instead of going for the ball, you back up, I'll probably just keep going and at least try to go for a demo or at least like a 50. So like let's say the ball's like right here, right? And like I drive up like fast and you're trying to play a 50 and it goes off the sidewalk right here. I probably instantly like off the 50 do this and then come back to the ball. And because I kept my momentum and you're kind of like this where it's like you play 50, boom, you're moving slow from that play. But because I kept my momentum, I'll beat you to the following ball, like most likely wherever it goes.
Oh,
So like
Close.
a lot of the time it's just the reason why like Mech made that play is because he kind of has to.
I
Because if he
see.
doesn't, like he's gonna be like screwed.
The problem was, yeah, I mean, it was a bad touch, but yeah, it's the idea is correct of like
Yeah,
keeping your momentum into the play.
yeah,
That's what Kinsa was telling me. It's like really important nowadays to just keep your speed up and play within the confines of the pace of the play. Because like I think that's something I do
yeah.
that's really wrong.
Because
Because
like you know what it is?
I
Is
slow
people are
down
so
too much.
smart. Even
I
in
try to be like
GC2
Flakes,
Mhm.
GC3 with like drive
and
challenges.
shit does
now.
not work.
Mhm.
And
I do the
it's
same
Yeah.
thing. If I see
I
someone
get
slow, I
Yeah.
get hard
I don't
red.
give
I
a
get
shit. Like
dunked.
if you're
My
slow,
teammate hates me.
if you touch the ball, who cares? Like I'll go for the bump. I'll go for the 50.
Mhm.
It's really easy. It's very non-committal by me. You're not really threatening anything. You just
Mhm.
lost the play. You lost the interaction.
Exactly.
All right,
Yep.
all right. But yeah, he probably
You
could have
probably want
like
to
hit
screen share
it
again?
more. Oh shoot. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for telling me. There we go. See, I have ADHD, bro.
Thank
I
you.
forget.
That's all good.
All right.
But well, yeah, there's a lot of touches. Like right there, he kind of just like the thing that's throwing him off guard, and that Retals does really well is he changes his pace. So like he'll play really fast sometimes, and then right here he'll just literally wait in the same like you saw him like do that wave dash.
Mm-hmm.
The wave dash a lot of times like someone's trying to like challenge you. So like he baited him in with the wave dash. Like he made him think he was gonna go. He said, "We'll wave dash." Oh, and then he stops in the same spot, free ball. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like because right there that touch could have worked. If Retals was going full speed, that may get around him. But like the reason why like he hits it to him is because maybe he saw that wave dash. So
That's really
like
smart.
you know.
Yeah, actually, now that I look at it, I think that's what happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so smart by Rodals, man. That's so smart. Look at that.
Yeah, he just baited him in
Oh, that's smart.
like that change of pace because he gets that exact touch and then wait, it's like an easy goal for them.
Yeah, because I mean,
Oh, because he like that change of pace.
it's really smart because Retals is abusing supersonic. Because I feel like if he boosts a little bit more and hits one more wall dash, he gets supersonic on the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like it's
He
it's
should.
literally a matter of like half a second or even less for him between him
Yeah.
being full stop versus supersonic speed. So it's just so
Mm-hmm.
hard for Mac to take that into account.
Yeah.
It's really
This is also the same scenario of why he doesn't go. Yes, he's trying to make like a good play and like bait him in, but the main thing is Wavy's not directly behind him, ready for the touch. So because there's a lot of distance, like I said before, when players have possession, it's so easy to outplay. Like it's so easy to outplay. Like you can hit the ball around them like a lot of the times. So like if Retto's committed there and if he doesn't get a perfect challenge, like win it forward and keep possession, he puts Wavy in a 2v1 and then he gets scored on.
yeah, exactly.
So
Oof.
so like this is like one of those challenges where that's just like a risky challenge
Yeah, I agree.
because Mech has full possession. Mech has full possession, so it's like and Wavy's not directly ready behind. Or not even directly ready, just ready to like play the ball.
Was it
So
possible
it's
that
like
I'm sorry.
oh god.
Was it possible that Riddles thought he had low boost? No way. I don't think so.
Wait, he thought well
A Mech?
Mech?
Off kickoff, there's no way, right?
No, I mean it's mainly just about like
Yeah.
changing. He's changing the pace. because he's done 2 like fake weight challenges, so he thought he could catch him off guard here because like every single time pretty much Retals has like waited on their touches, or not every single time, but the last like 2 or 3 times. Like it's really just a chess game. Like the last like 2 or 3 plays, like Retals will just wait in the same spot, and then he'll like dunk them. And especially Mech was the one to get scored on, so he thought that Mech thought that he would or he was changing up the pace. Like Mech if Mech would have controlled this any longer, Retals would have at least got a dunk, and then Yujin has no boost, and then they get another goal.
Mm-hmm.
But he just tried to mix it up, got beat.
I could see that, yeah. And is there also a thing with pros where like, because obviously if you have the ball in the corner, I'll go back to Mech. Where was that? It's right here. Okay, like if you have the ball in the corner like this, your vision is constricted to the corner. Like you don't actually see much of the midfield or incoming challengers. Do pros take that into account? Like they look at where the ball is, where the car is, and like, okay, this guy has this vision, so I can probably come from his blind spot. Is that really going on that much, or?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, maybe not as now as it was before, because for one, pros use their right stick a lot more, and they also like make quicker plays. Because even how fast Mech made that play in the corner, because he made a play that fast and he kept possession. If anyone would have early jumped at that ball, you're pretty much beat every time. Like there's not really much you can do because of how fast he made that play. Like that's why he made the play fast, and then he waited like the next time just because he couldn't see.
Oh, that was smart. And I was looking at so take me through this play as a gifted offensive player, because in my mind I see he's looking at Wavy right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't even say he's looking at. It's not that like he's directly peeking over there to like look at Wavy. It sounds dumb. Wait, hold on. Let me wait. Look. A step that I can give people is look at your screen.
Sure.
I tell people not to think, because a lot of times they aren't looking at their screen, and then I'll go back in that replay. If I'm like right here, right? If I'm looking at the ball, but I can still see all the boost on the map. Like I can still see everything that's going on. Like if you just look at your screen, you can genuinely see everything that's going on, right? Like the same way, like if I'm just looking at my screen. Wait, hold on. Let me take off the boost. Like if I'm looking at my screen, right? I can see how much boost I have without looking at the boost. Like without looking directly at the boost, like I can still see how much boost I have if I just look at my screen, right? But if I'm thinking, right, like how much boost do I got, or whatever the case may be, or what play should I make? Because in your head you might be like, oh, I'm a flip reset here, and you're not looking at your screen, so you don't even know you have 20 boost, right? So it kind of like shuts you off from what you should actually be doing. Like you don't have to think about what you're doing, because it just limits you like what you should actually be doing. Like when I'm making these plays right now, like I know what play I can make because I'm just looking at my whole screen. So I can still see how much boost I have. I can see what type of touches I'm getting. I can see if an opponent was challenging me if you just look at your screen, because all of it is on your screen.
Yeah. No, that's a common thread.
Focus more on like
I like that.
What's actually going on. Yeah. Like literally just focus. Right? So like if you look at this, let's go back to the replay. Go to Mech and put it in like 50% or whatever. It's like maybe even 25.
You see it? Yeah, you see it? Okay, perfect.
No. Yeah, it's coming up. So like if you look.
What is going on? Hold up. Okay, there we go. Now we're good. Mech. There we go. 25.
Sorry, put it on 25.
Just go back.
So like when he's going for this play, right? He's mainly focused on the ball.
Right here. I'll just wait for the best moment. Right here. I'll stop. There we go.
So like so even leading up to it, he's waiting on the ball. Like he's waiting to make his own play. But like he's not sitting over there looking at Wavy like, oh, what is Wavy about to do? I'm about to make this type of play. No, he's already trying to make a play, but then he sees Wavy on his left. So like go back a bit. Go back a little bit more. Yeah, so right here, he sees Wavy on his left, right? And once he sees him, like, even if he looks at his screen, he knows Wavy's over there, and he sees him on the left. And he probably even saw him jump.
Yeah.
So because of that, he knows he has to speed up that touch right there. Like, he knows he has to go fast. He didn't know, or I'm not going to say he didn't know, but he gets like a perfect touch, right?
Oh yeah.
But it's just like the idea of it. Like if you're looking at your screen and like a lot of times if I see someone on my left or right, or if I see someone close to me, I'll just make a quick play because I know they're close to me, right? I'm not thinking like, oh, are they going to challenge? Are they not? Because from there, you're if you think they aren't going to challenge and then they do, you're like, oh, I didn't think they would challenge. But either way, they're near you, so you have to make a play. That's kind of how like pros look at it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he shoots that ball too because like um I mean he doesn't have like too much boost. So it's either he waits and Retals can read it a lot like quicker, or he just instantly shoots it, which he does. Because the longer he waits, the more time he gives Retals to like read the play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a common thread you're pulling on. It's the less you think about the game, like the less is more. Kind of like in life with minimalism, like less is more. If you just simplify the way you look at the game, just turn your monitor on, make sure it's turned on, look at the screen. Like, you know what I mean? Just play the game, and like over time, your muscle memory will get good enough, and your game sense will get good enough where you can like farm. You know what I mean? But there are no like shortcuts. There's no like rules or formulas or like secret ways to rank up. It's so fun. Like I go on my YouTube studio account, and like the top search for Rocket League, like I don't know if you see it on your YouTube. It's like how to Rocket League speed run, or how to rank up the quickest way. It's like people want a shortcut in life and Rocket League in general, and it's like you just got to play the game, bro. It's not as hard as you're making it, bro. It's not as complicated. Just play the game. You'll get better, I promise.
Yeah, people try to think their way to the next rank, and like it doesn't work, or like they'll even get to the next rank and keep dropping back down, keep getting up because they don't even know why they're getting up there. They don't know what they're doing wrong. Like they're focused more on the output and the result than the actual input and what they're actually like trying to become. So
just play the game for the love of the game. Don't chase rank icons. And the funniest thing is, like, it happens all the time, even to me. Like, people who get like 1700, like GC3, GC2, and then they get scared. And guess what? They create an alt account and they just farm in GC1, GC2, and they stay there for years. They just farm in GC1, go for clips. It's like that's such bullshit. Like, I don't know. I'm a strong believer just playing on your main.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it too. Like even what I said, though, especially when you're run by your ego and your pride, it's like if you were to rank back down, then you would look at yourself a certain way. That's why I said it's based on external, not internal, which is confidence.
Yeah.
Because it's like even if for me, if I go down 100 points, 150 points in a day, like I know I can go up. I know like it's not like a thought of I can do it. I know I can go up 200 points the next day.
Same here.
Like I know that.
Yep.
So it's like. That's the confidence, and you gain that confidence especially from doing it. You don't gain confidence just from saying I can do it. You gain confidence from proving to yourself by doing it over and over.
Exactly. Really well said. Really well said. I want to see what happened. Obviously, he scored there. I used to be a player who was scared to play ranked. I didn't play ranked for the first like year or 2 years of this game, of playing this game. I would be one of those guys who would like warm up in casual for like an hour or two with my bros, and we get on for one ranked game, we lose, and I'm like, bro, I'm done.
Yeah.
Such a a wuss, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it's funny you say that too, because like I mean people are here trying to improve by playing casual, and like the only difference between casual and ranked is like for one, your mental's tested. For two, I mean, it's just the word ranked, like competitive, like that's the only difference. You're playing the same game, you're doing the same things.
Exactly.
You just got maybe people that's going to be more toxic because they want to win.
Yeah.
But like, that's why I don't even look at a lot of things as toxicity, because I've already like seen it all. Because it's like bro, like both of you just want to win, Exactly. So it's like. That's how it is.
I don't even mind if my teammate is toxic, honestly. Like, there's some times where I'm like, you know what? I deserve that what a save. Like, I prefer, and this is going to be really, like, controversial, but I prefer a toxic player on my team who actually cares and tries than, like, someone who's just, like, lackadaisical. I mean, you don't get this because you only play sweats, but I get a lot of players who, like, I can just tell they don't give a fuck. Like, they've been GC for 10 years. They've given up.
I mean, I think either way, because, like, I personally wouldn't prefer if my teammates would have saved me the whole game. But like, I think either way, it doesn't matter if they do it or if they don't. You still play the same game. That's what I'm trying to emphasize. Like, you play that same game regardless. If you're playing against Retals and Wavy, or you're playing against Billy Bob Joe and chicken cutlet 254, bro. Like you're playing you're playing the same game, and like the reason why pros are so good in general and why they're able to like get so high ranked is because of their adaptability. Like the same opponents and teammates you have, like you're like you may try to gas up the pros and make them seem like they're special and oh my gosh, it's just talent, but they went through the same thing you did. They just had a better mental doing it, and people don't want to admit that because it would mean they would have to get a better mental.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. Really well said again. 4-2. Let's see. It's tough, man. I mean, this game is so difficult, bro. I think it's the most difficult
yeah,
game, honestly, like ever made. People say I'm crazy for saying that, but it's
right, Rocket League's
fucking
tough.
ridiculous, bro. Yeah.
Right, just looking at it now, I can't imagine like your first come into the game and like you could barely like hit the ball in the direction you want, and like now you're forced to like play against people doing this. Like, I feel bad, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's why I hate Smurfs, bro. Like they actually handicap like the potential of this game. You know?
I mean, me personally, I've always loved playing Spur, like, cause like that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like mentally, I've always been um, like the way I see it, I used to love, or even like for like literally majority of my career, I used to love playing against players who are way better than me because that's where you learn. Like, that's where you grow. Like if you play against players, or even if you're winning every time, like you could be doing the dumbest things in the game, and as long as you're winning, you think you're good. But then you play against a player who's actually good, and it's like, oh crap, I have so much to learn. That's why I wanted to like be good at Rocket League, and that's why I even went pro, even when I didn't even try to go pro.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, you are a different breed, though. You're like a top 0.001% player, even higher. So,
I
but I
mean,
think
like,
most people would be like a little upset about it. But for me, I don't mind it. Like I came from the Call of Duty wager scene. Like I was a wager
hmm
warrior, playing like $50, $100 wagers. I don't know if that was you as well. But like I don't mind it. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of people who like get on the game. They install it. They think the game looks cool. They get triple flipper set on. They're like, fuck this game. You know, you know
oh
what I mean?
no, oh, no, don't get it twisted. I didn't like start the game and just start like my grind, and I just had that mental. I was forced into it. I literally used to look at videos how to have a better mental, how to do all these things, how to even talk to people, bro. I used to watch so many videos on self improvement
That's
in all
awesome.
areas of my life. So it's like it's not like I just spawned in one day and I had this mental. Like I had to go through stuff, and I had to practice utilizing these things, like practice not being a rager. Like I used to be a crash out, bro. Like I used to like get so mad at this game and crash out. But like it's something I had to learn. Like it's something that you just learn over time and in the moment. It's not like I just tell myself, oh, tomorrow I'm not gonna be a crash out. Like no, bro. I had to work on it each time. Each time I was playing the game and I wanted to get mad and break a controller or do whatever, I had to sit with that and I had to move differently each time until it got reinforced that um I'm not about to do this. And it's also about recognizing your identity, right? A lot of people try to change the outcome. They try to change, oh, I'm not going to rage, or oh, I'm not going to do this, when you already see yourself as a rage person, you know? So if you change your identity and how you see yourself, oh, I'm a player that plays well with pros. I'm a player that plays well under stress. I'm a player that plays well if my teammate's being toxic. I'm a player who congratulates my teammates when they do good things. I'm a player who helps my teammate. If you change your identity, the outcome follows along with it, you know? So it's just about that different state of mind.
Yeah, that's really well said. And your hard work paid off for sure, bro. It's like it's not easy, man. It's not easy to like just like recognize, hey, this is what I am right now. I'm a lesser evolved person of what I could be. So let's just like grind and try to become a better person, better Rocket League player, improve the mental, bro. It's not easy, and you know, I've struggled with it even myself. You know, I shouldn't be at
I
at
mean,
my age, but I struggle with
no, I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
I was about to say, I'm telling you right now, like work on changing your identity, because like if you keep trying to change the outcome, it becomes using the external to change the internal, which is that will never work.
Yeah.
But if you just change the internal, if you continuously tell yourself, even though externally like it may look like you're playing bad or whatever, if you tell yourself that, hey, I'm working, I'm a hard worker, you know, I'm trying to get better, I'm doing all these things. If you reinforce that over yourself instead of going based off the external, like I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that. No, you already are. You just have to walk into it. Like you have to let's say for example, let's say there's two different people. One person says, I'm poor, and the other person is saying like, oh, I'm rich, I have so many things, and they both have the same amount of money. The person that's saying I'm rich, well, their subconscious mind would naturally find ways to help them get rich. It's like your external will start or will start reflecting off your internal. But the person who keeps saying I'm poor and I have no money, their external will reflect that, because they'll be finding ways in which they're poor. They won't see opportunities that the person with the rich mind is seeing. They won't be able to save their money because they're like, oh, I already have no money anyway. When I get this amount of money, I'll start saving money. It's like that identity shift is what changes everything. I'm telling you, everything.
Bro, that's beautifully said, bro. I feel inspired right now. It's like, it's so true. I don't know if you study Buddhism, but I studied Buddhism.
Oh,
Oh, you did? Oh,
oh no, no.
you
What'd you
just
say?
couldn't hear me? Oh no, I was saying it's, I don't know if you've read or studied Buddhism.
Hmm.
I've read one book by the Dalai Lama, but it does follow what you were saying. And also, one thing to say, science supports it too. Like, you really manifest reality, bro. Like, have you heard about quantum physics, like double slit experiment, where
I think so.
basically if you like take a human observer out of a room, a photon will be a wave, like a light photon, like a particle. But if you put the
Hmm.
human observer in the room, it becomes a particle, like, so wave versus
Hmm.
particle. So like, we actually, just by the act of us observing reality, we change it. So it kind of follows what you're saying. It's like if you just like look at yourself a certain way, that's what you're going to be like in the universe, you know. So if you can like, work on yourself and like just tell yourself a certain thing, then you'll probably like manifest it, you know. Like, humans are a lot more powerful and capable than we give them credit for, bro. Like,
Hmm.
you know. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I will say too, for me, like, or I mean, for me, just in general, just be careful, like, what you identify as. I think that's why for me, my faith is in God, like, no matter what. My relationship with Jesus. So it's like my identity is found through him, not through what I've learned. Because even me growing up, like, bro, like, I had an identity in so many things, and like some things were good and some things were really really bad. But it's like ever since I found God, it's like everything is good. Like everything I'm doing, being a disciple of Christ, everything, it's like it's a whole different world, or it's honestly outside the world, like the kingdom. So I just want to like, yeah, just wanted to like put that out there, that like me, everything that I do is all for the glory of God. So
That's amazing, man. Have you always been religious, or is that something that you've discovered on your own?
um so to be honest, I started when I was younger. My parents used to take me to church, and I used to like go to church and fall asleep, and I didn't really understand any of it. I'm not gonna lie, I actually went to church and I was like, and then I look around at people who called themselves Christians and they wouldn't live that type of life. So I was like, okay, just a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of who like flip flop, and it's really just like they just be talking, bro. But now I understand that it's way more than a religion. Like it's a relationship. Like the things that, or even the Bible in general, if you don't understand that the Bible is about Jesus and that it's about building a relationship with him, you can read every single part of the Bible and not understand it at all. Like that's something I've learned, because I'm not gonna lie, I used to I used to even when I first came to Christ, I didn't understand so many things. And people would tell me, read your Bible. And I was like, why am I reading the Bible? Like, it's just gonna tell me not to do all these things and not to do all these things and da 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 da. But that wasn't the case. Like when I actually start understanding the Bible, and that everything is about Jesus. Like everything is about, it's like a guide on how to live. And ultimately we have free will. So if the Bible says, for example, be sober minded, and you decide to get drunk or high and go out, and then let's say you get in an accident or whatever, that's when people want to blame God. That's when people want to say, no, if God was real, then he wouldn't let me do this. But that's just the consequences of your action. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, we have free will. Like if we want to listen to God, and if we don't, that's why it's also a relationship. Because if in the Bible you learn not to do certain things, or you shouldn't do certain things, whatever the case may be, and you choose to do it anyway, God's not going to love you any less, but you will have to suffer the consequences of doing those things, you know? So it's just, yeah, I've just come to learn like my relationship with Jesus is like everything, bro. And it's like the closer you get in that relationship, like for example, the more that, let's say we talk all the time, and the more time we spend together, and you keep telling me, hey bro, don't do that, you know what I'm saying? Like you should do this. And I don't listen, and then I see the consequences of my own action. Next time I'll probably be most likely to listen to you, because it's like, oh, this guy, he's right. He knows something, right? So that's kind of how it is. Like as you grow in your relationship with Jesus, it's like over time, like I say, he loves you regardless, but you start loving and trusting in him, you know, because my relationship with God now is way different than it was before. Like now it's like God tells me, God will, for example, God will tell me to like, hey, grab $20 and yeah, just grab $20. And I'm sitting there at first, I'm like, bro, why am I grabbing $20? Why am I about to use this $20? Well, like what's the point? Yada, yada, yada. And then as I'm just going through my day, I found out that a mom is struggling and she needs $20 more to pay her rent. It's like, oh, so God had me just pull out the $20 so that I can serve somebody else, which is what God talks about in the Bible, serving other people. And it's like the more time you build in that relationship and you grow, you start understanding just the Lord in general. You start gaining wisdom, because even in the Bible, I know I'm yapping, by the way, I'm sorry.
No, I'm really loving this, honestly, because I need to hear this, really, because I've been struggling, you know? Yeah.
But even in the Bible, God says wisdom is the fear. Like wisdom starts when you fear the Lord. So when the Lord is advising you to do certain things or to do certain things, right, it's for a reason. And I would like to say, because I know a lot of people have a misconception on this, they think that to be a disciple of Christ, and the reason why I keep saying that is because in the Bible, God calls us disciples. He calls us to be disciples of Christ, which means to be followers, not just a believer, you know, because anyone could say they're a Christian and not live a life that glorifies the Lord, and they don't follow Jesus, you know. They you know, so if you go and read Matthew, you see how the disciples lived, you know. So you don't have to just quit everything that you're doing and then come to God as a perfect being. Like you don't have to quit everything and come to God as a holy being. You come to God and he will make you holy, you know? And that's where that relationship comes in. You don't come to God after you stop doing all these things. You come to God and eventually you'll love him so much to where you don't want to do all these things. You don't care about having sex with all these women. You don't care about doing all these drugs. You don't care about drinking. You don't care about trying all these things, because you trust in him and you have faith in him that no matter what, he has your best interest. And that comes over time in your relationship. Like I'm still a baby, like in my relationship. Like there's people, I've seen this video, and this guy, Horace Frank, he's an artist, he's a Christian artist, and he was driving, right? And the Lord told him, let your car run out of gas. Right? Wow. Now, if you look at it from a religion perspective, it's like, why is bro letting his car run out of gas? That's so dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying? But looking at it from a relation perspective of the Holy Spirit saying, let your car run out of gas. Because I'm listening, I'm like, yo, like, you know, that takes a lot of faith. Like if God telling you, and especially if you don't know God's voice yet, like God's voice, the enemy's voice, and your voice, if you don't know his voice yet, and God's saying, let your car run out of gas. So he lets his car run out of gas. He walks a bunch of miles to the nearest gas station, right? To get like a gas canister. He ends up meeting this guy, and long story short, he's troubled by demons, and the enemy basically has him captive, basically. And he ends up praying for him, and eventually he turns his life over to Jesus. So because he was obedient in that moment, he was able, God was able to work through him to save someone and to bring someone to Christ. Like, that's just a beautiful thing. Like, that level of faith and obedience is nuts.
That
Like
is
that.
beautiful.
And that just comes like over time. But yeah, that's like, I know that was a whole yap session from me.
No, that was
I
beautiful.
just,
That was beautifully
you
said,
know,
bro. Like I have so many things I want to ask you. First
hmm
off, like you speak with so much strength and charisma, and I really respect it.
hmm
And I do believe that your faith gives you an immense amount of strength, and the fact that
hmm
the fact that you believe someone's always there for you is really beautiful, man. Because I know I've
hmm
lost like several loved ones in the past few years, and I've I was raised Christian, and then
hmm
I converted to Judaism and had a bar
hmm
mitzvah.
hmm
And then I became kind of irreligious. But I've struggled with like honestly understanding what the bigger meaning of all this is, because there's a lot of
hmm
days where I wake up and I'm depressed, I'm anxious. I just don't understand the point of life. Like what is, why am I here? What is,
hmm
I don't really, there's no like, there's nothing keeping me grounded. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like,
Yeah, 100%.
and
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't, and I get a lot of, and I want to ask you a question too, because you brought up real quick, like, hey, how do I know if the voice in my head is me, or is it like a demon, or is it God? Because like for me,
Yeah.
obviously everyone has voices in their heads. Most people do. And I have a lot of
hmm
voices in my head where, I just, there's some voices that are very critical, some that are more positive, and like, how do you
hmm
identify the good voices from the bad voices, and like, what do you
Yeah.
do in response to like each one,
Okay. So I want to start by saying this is also why I especially preach to like read the word, bro, because your mind is constantly filled up with a lot of things, right? So let's say you read like 30% self-help, all these things, right? Like 60% is just you're watching like just entertainment stuff and Twitter and TikTok and all these things, and then the rest is maybe just like, I don't know, family stuff or whatever, right? So you constantly have all these things that's going on in your head, and I like that you mentioned the even the feelings of the different types of thoughts and everything, right? Because God's voice is like it's very soft, it's very peaceful. You have a feeling of peace when He speaks to you. And I just want to bring up these two things of condemnation versus conviction. The Holy Spirit, although it will say you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't, or you should do this or whatever, it'll kind of guide you. That's what it's there for, to guide you and lead you. Condemnation is what comes from the enemy, right? It's what it's very shameful. It's very, the enemy, his tricks basically is very, you should do this, right? For example, you should go eat 3 hamburgers, right? You eat 3 hamburgers, you feel horrible, you don't want to do anything, you're supposed to do all this work. Then after, the voice comes, man, why'd you eat all them hamburgers? Why'd you do that? Now you feel this, now you're dumb, you're this or that. So that's kind of how the enemy works, right? He gets you to do certain things. Then when you do it, he calls you by your sin, right? He calls you by your sin. He calls you by what you did, right? But, and also just to clarify, sin is of course living outside of God's will, right? So he calls you to live outside of God's will. Once you do that, he makes you identify as someone who lives outside of God's will, and he'll keep reinforcing that, so you keep doing it, right? But God, even though you sin it, even though you're going to continuously mess up, and this is something that like it's hard to, what I'm saying, you'll continuously mess up, right? God will call you by your name regardless. God knows you. He knows your heart, right? So that's why when you're having these voices, and it's like you have one voice, for example, this kind of how it works. Like, it's been working, or like my relationship with the Lord. So the enemy, like my body will be like, I'm hungry, right? The enemy will be like, man, some food right now, man. That Chick-fil-A, man, that Chick-fil-A. This is literally what it sounds like. I swear, this is what it sounds like to me. And it's normally like louder. It's normally very like rambunctious, like, all right, go do it. That Chick-fil-A, man, that 12 count, man, go get that, right? And then God, the Holy Spirit, is just like, son, aren't you supposed to be recording content? Aren't you supposed to be trying to help others and bring my or not even aren't you, but it's like you should be, you should be bringing my my lost sheep back to me. You should be preaching the gospel. You should be like creating this business, all this life that I have for you. I'm here with you alongside you to help you do it. But to get there, you need to be taking these steps. So like the Holy Spirit will be like if I want to go get that Chick-fil-A, Holy Spirit gonna be like, yeah, go post them 5 TikToks though. I'm like, but and then the enemy's like, yeah, you could post them 5 TikToks. Like he'll play off of it. You could post them 5 TikToks, but after you eat the Chick-fil-A, because he knows that all he has to do to get you to do is just listen to him. First of all, the first thing he wants you to do is listen to him. Second thing he'll do is entice you, because in our heads we'll be like, oh yeah, I can just eat the Chick-fil-A and all that, and then after I'll make these 5 TikToks, right? So then he gets you to eat the Chick-fil-A. Then after you don't even want to make the TikToks no more. So then he pulls you away from God's blessing, basically.
Wow.
So like from there, for vice versa though, I'll go make those 5 TikToks, right? Then the Holy Spirit will be like, okay, now that you made these 5 TikToks, now go record this video. Now go speak to this person. Now go talk to family. Like you'll want to do things that fulfill your spirit and not your flesh. You know what I'm saying? Because the spirit and the flesh are like enemies. So you doing this podcast is like, it is God saying, hey, I want you to do this podcast because I want you to fulfill and like further your business and what you want to do, right? So then let's say you finish this podcast and now you're like, right after the podcast, normally I would want to go get some food, or I want to do all these things that fulfills my flesh, or watch anime, all these things. You know what? I'm just gonna create a bunch of shorts to have them ready, so when the podcast goes out, I can push them out so that it'll, like, my business and everything will do even better. That's like the Holy Spirit speaking to me, like, down to a T. It's like, oh, that makes sense. That, like, within my spirit, that makes sense. I'm furthering my business, right? But enemy's like, nah, go get some food though. Go watch that anime. Go chill for a little bit. You deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the enemy is very crafty. And then if I had to give an example of my thoughts, it's like, man, yellow kangaroos, like they just really just, I don't know. Like, yo, like my thoughts and my wants and whatnot is a lot of times it's just so random, bro. It's like, it could be a video you even seen on TikTok or just like something like that. It's just super random. It's just like, I don't know, just like things like your flesh wants and stuff like that. But yeah,
dude, you are so wise. It's insane. Like I'm listening to you and I'm just agreeing with you silently. I'm like, yep, that's me. That's me. That's me. It's like, it's so true, because you have the carnal pleasures. It's like things that induce your serotonin or dopamine receptors to go off.
Yeah.
And if you become a slave to your own reptilian instincts or pleasures, then like you're barely, at that point, you're barely even, like, I mean, you're still a human, but you know what I mean? Like, you don't have a lot of free will, if that makes sense. And that's been me. I've gained like 50 pounds in the past like year or so, year and a half. And it's really, I feel like I have a lot of self-destructive habits, and sometimes I tell myself, like, when yesterday I had a Whopper, for example. I really did have a Whopper. Fucking horrible. I don't know why. I had a Whopper, and I knew I shouldn't have ate it, and I told myself, like, hey, like, you need to lose fucking weight, buddy. You have a personal trainer. You're going to the gym. Why are you betraying yourself? And I just have this
that
voice.
Sounds like the enemy, bro.
I have this voice in my head. It's like, you know what, Nick? You deserve it, because you've grown on YouTube a little bit. You've been posting content. You're working hard. So you know what?
Yeah.
Treat yourself. You know what?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that you're going to be 400 pounds in 2 years or whatever. I mean, I'm 200. I'm not that fat, but like, it's like I betray myself, and I listen to, I'm like a being that follows the least resistance, like the least resistance pathway. You know what I mean? So whatever makes me happiest in the moment, short term versus long term. And and it's just rough, bro. It's like, it's because of, I've been very depressed the past few years because of all the loved ones who passed away, and because of that depression, I think people in general who are depressed, they favor the demon voice, or the voice that's like easiest, because they can barely, like, I barely have the mental energy to get out of the bed a lot of days. You know what I mean? So it's like the fact that I'm even like nourishing myself is like a good thing in my opinion. You know what I mean? But like, in the long term, it's not, because my health will deteriorate. So it's really hard to balance, man. All these thoughts, all these voices. I have ADHD too, so I have the same thing where, like, I'll be thinking about the most random fucking bullshit, like this capybara that was I don't know, eating an orange or something, and then I'll be thinking about
Yeah.
this. I'll be thinking about this like the tallest skyline in New York City or something, and
Hmm.
then I gotta make a Rocket League video. Like I'm all over the place. So I think it's
Yeah.
really I think it's really important. What you brought up is a really for Rocket League and life in general, which is this is why I want this podcast, because I want people to kind of understand like how these pros act and how they look at life too, because it really does transfer right from life to Rocket League. And the fact that you're able to categorize your thoughts, your voices into characters, and then decide how to interact with those characters is just genius. It really is. And obviously you have religion as like your foundation, which I might actually look into as well. But like it's really beautiful, like how it's really beautiful, like how you're going through your life and how strong you
Hmm.
are. And I can see, bro, like you have a really strong will, and you're gonna do great things in your life. And you know it's really amazing to see and like listen to you, honestly.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, I just want to clarify once again, it's a relationship, brother. It's a relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm also saying that too because you brought up the different characters and stuff. Even in the Bible, it speaks of we're not supposed to fight with the enemy. You know, you're not supposed to go to toe to toe with it with the devil, right? Because Lucifer is a fallen angel. He's someone who he basically let pride creep into his heart. He thought he was going to be bigger than God, so he came down. So he has tons of experience, right? So you're not supposed to fight the enemy. You're supposed to just like what's the word? Re resist. You're supposed to just resist him, like just let him, like let him talk, whatever. And that's why I brought up the Bible, right? So let's say you have all these thoughts in your head, right? So the more you read your Bible and the more you read the Word of God. So, like for example, there's a verse in the Bible that says, "Be slow to speak, or be slow to speak, be quick to listen, and be slow to wrath, like get angry," right? So let's say you've been reading your Bible, you've been studying that verse, and there comes a moment where where you would normally get angry, and you just hear the Holy Spirit just providing you with that verse. Be slow to wrath, be slow to, like be slow to wrath. So in that moment, instead of you getting mad and getting a certain outcome, right? You listen and you trust in that word, so you don't get mad, and then you get a different outcome. And you're like, oh, I never expected that. I didn't even know that was possible. So that's kind of how it works. And I'll give you a real example too. So this morning, literally today, I woke up, the enemy was tempting me. He was like, yeah, just eat this morning, just eat. I just want you to I just want you to get this and eat. Because I struggle with gluttony, which is like overconsumption of things, right? Just overeating. Like that's like one of the main sins I struggle with, just like overeating and just trying to satisfy my flesh in the moment. Like I just need to eat. I just need to feel good. Right? So he tempts you. He tempts you where you're weakest. So right. So he tempts me with that, and I'm like, nah, like I'm over here trying to fight it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna think. So I got up, I went to the gym, and I just did cardio for 20 to 30 minutes so that I can feel like that, so I can feel empty, right? So after doing that, and as I'm walking on the treadmill, he's still trying to tempt me. Like he's like, you might as well get off this treadmill, just go and get this food. You got this. That would be so good. You know how that make you feel, right? But also, since I'm this far in my walk with God and in my relationship with God, right? I understand more of the enemy's tactics and how he tries to get me. And I understand when the Holy Spirit is trying to get me to move a certain way. So the Holy Spirit's like, okay, just sit here and just talk to me. I'm sitting there talking to God. Like my flesh wants to get off so bad, though. I just want to get off and go get that food, right? But the Holy Spirit is letting me know that I have a reason why I'm not eating right now. There's a reason. And although I didn't understand in the moment, because of my relationship with God, I'm like, I'm just not going to eat. So I was walking for about 20 minutes. Once I get to like the 15-minute mark, I was really like saying in my mind, because once again, in the Bible, it speaks about taking captive your thoughts. So there were certain thoughts where like I was kind of letting my mind run wild, like letting my mind just boom, boom, zoom, 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 just a million miles per hour. And I start taking captive thoughts. I start saying like, no, I'm going to listen to the Holy Spirit. I'm going to listen to God. I don't care what you say. I'm listening to God. So now I'm organizing my mind on the narrow path with the Lord, right? I'm organizing my mind. So as I'm doing that, the enemy starts fleeing. Like I stop getting attacked. I'm like, okay, we lit, right? So I get back and I start reading my Bible because I'm like, yo, I need to get in my word because like I know the enemy gonna come back. I'm reading my word. I'm sitting there, right? I'm learning. And he tries to attack me again. I start just reciting the word. I start literally just speaking the word over myself, right? And I'm saying all to say that the wisdom that you're saying that I have and that I'm providing and everything, it's not coming from me. If I would have ate earlier, you would have got a different arsenal, right? You would not have gotten the same message. You may not have even gotten the same like vibe or energy. But it's because I'm in a like fasted state, I guess you could say. And because I made the choice to trust the Holy Spirit and not eat, I'm able to not only provide you with a word, but provide others with a word. And you were talking about purpose. That's exactly why I'm in this position that I am. And that's exactly why I'm here, to further people's walks with God and to bring people to God. And of course, to like enjoy life in a way of not just feeding my flesh every time. But hopefully that made sense. That was just like,
Oh no, that made sense, and I do believe you're going to help people. You've already helped me, and I'm sure this video will get some views, and you'll help a lot of other people. I do have a younger audience too, so I think younger people in general need to hear this. It just in general, like religion, principles of religion are just in general pretty useful, and to guide you through life, There's so many people who just don't know how to manage their emotions, manage their struggles, their mental health issues, especially in this world where people are behind a screen 12 hours a day. So it's amazing that me and you can just like hash it. We can just talk for an hour or two about anything Rocket League life, and people can listen and just enjoy, and take some lessons. So I think what you're saying is really helpful to a lot of people. Yeah. Man. I don't know if you still see my screen, but I wanted to bring up one thing actually, because I know when I emailed you, the first thing I mentioned was the ADHD, that we both have ADHD. And a lot of other people have it as well. I have really bad. I was on like 40 milligrams of Concerta when I was a kid.
Bro. I was
turned me into a zombie.
Literally, bro. I was on like up to like 50 or 60 milligrams of Vyvanse, literally in 2023, like during the like Worlds and everything. I was really on ADHD medication and everything because I felt like I couldn't function without it. But then I stopped. So
how did your ADHD jive with like competitive gaming? Because like obviously your religion grounds you and it probably helps you out, but especially like early in your career, how did you overcome those obstacles that ADHD presented?
I'm gonna be honest. I mean, like, if you learn how to harness, like, the mind, like, learn how to be more intentional with where you place because even people always look at the negative of it, where it's like, oh, there's so many thoughts and everything, and I can't control it and all these things, right? But they fail to realize that when it's actually something they actually enjoy doing, or when there's something they're passionate about, they're more locked in than anybody. Like you could sit there for hours on hours on hours, just knocking it down and knocking it down, knocking it down. So when it came to Rocket League, because of how my mind was, I was able to lock in on Rocket League and lock in on like the self-improvement and a lot of things. It's just a lot of time you have to put your mind and align your mind on something that like helps you. Like if you let your mind go from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing, and if you don't have an identity in something, it's hard, or in someone, it's hard. Like it's hard to say one day I'm gonna be this type of person or whatever, and then the next day you want to be a different type of person, right? So it's just it just like happened for me. It just happened over time. Like I used to struggle like mad mentally, especially with emotions, especially with like not being able to even focus. Sometimes even during scrims and replay review and whatever, like my mind would shift. But it's kind of like a muscle. It's kind of like working out. It's like over time, you just get better at realigning your focus. Because if our default, especially in this world, like everything's always just moving fast. If your default is just to go from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing to thing, right? And you never work on aligning it or putting it on one thing, then you're just going to keep going through that same cycle of like just getting pulled to whatever is pulling your mind. But the more you're able to, even if it's something small, where it's like I'm going to hard focus on this for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and then after whatever I got to do next, that's what I'm gonna do. The more you're able to do that throughout your day, that's going to help a lot.
For sure. Yeah. It's like, for me, it's hard to focus. Like I had an internship. I worked for a few big companies, finance, supply chain, and my manager was like, Nick, like you're actually, I was a pretty well performing intern and employee, but the thing was I couldn't do 9 to 5. Like I was doing online. This was back during COVID. So they literally like catered the whole schedule around my ADHD, where like it's like, okay, Nick, you can work whatever hours you want. Just send me the hours at the end of the week, and here's your project. It's due by this day in a month, and that's basically how I worked. Like I wouldn't even work during 9 to 5. I would work like whenever I wanted, any hours. But but you were mentioning early in your career that you were able to kind of lock in and like even when you, because there are some days obviously with ADHD where you just cannot focus. Like you're just, it's your day's chalked. Like there's some days I wake up, I already know it's chalked. Like how do you work through those days in a professional environment where you have to scrim freaking Squishy and Justin and shit while like your ADHD is acting up, I mean, I'm unmedicated right now, so maybe you're unmedicated, maybe you have a different perspective on it.
I stopped that. I stopped that like a while ago.
Yeah.
Like I stopped the Vyvanse. Like I did it for like a month or whatever, and I was like it literally, it's just a band-aid. Like it's never gonna like be a permanent fix. So like I stopped that a while ago. But back then, I mean, I just had to learn like discipline. Like I may not always feel a certain way when I continue doing it. I may like feel bad. Like I may feel like oh, like my body doesn't like this or whatever when I'm like stuck on certain things. But over time, I just like got more comfortable and like better at it. Like if I like, there was times where I didn't want to scrim and I had to sit there for 3 hours and scrim, right? But like if I want to become a certain type of person and I want to achieve certain things, you have to go through the hard. Like there's a reason why you said it's hard and why you didn't say the word impossible, because it's not impossible. It is hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like I used to cry and like say like, why is my mind like this? Why am I like this? Da 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 da. Like I used to like you said, be super depressed, like super depressed, like very bad. I used to have crazy anxiety. That's why I used to drink a lot. I used to smoke even more. I used to do all that just because it calmed my mind, right? But the problem wasn't just like my mind. It was, first of all, what are you filling up in your mind, right? Like as a person now, like when I realize I'm overthinking or something, what I do is I sit still and I just talk to God, like because a lot of times we're so used to like I gotta do something, that like when you're constantly in that state, your mind is moving like a million miles per hour. But if you just sit there once in a while and just do nothing, like be comfortable just doing nothing, sit there with your mind, analyze your mind, that helps so much. Like once I was able to like slow down, like bruh, like slowing down changed so much, bro.
Yeah, I've struggled with that. I do have a daily journal, where I'm not always consistent at it, but I usually try to write 3 things I'm grateful for every morning, which has helped my mental health so much. Guys, like, because I'm one of those people who I wake up and I feel groggy, and I need to I drink some electrolyte water, I get some fluids in, feel a little bit better, but like if your first thoughts are negative, that's not a great way to start the day. You know what I mean? So, it's really important. Like you said, like have a period of your day where you're able to like slow down and just like practice some like healthy thought patterns. Like, for me, it's things I'm grateful for. For you, it might be talking to God. But I think there's, and it only takes like a few minutes, guys. It's not like, you don't need an hour yoga meditation or something, or hot room yoga, whatever these chicks do. I don't know, so, and that's amazing. And, I'm really happy that you're able to find something that worked for you.
I will say too, a lot of it isn't just like that I don't have negative thoughts and whatever. Like I still have those like to those day, but once again, it's just about not identifying with them. Like just because you have a thought of negativity or whatever the case may be, the problem is when you identify with it. Like if I have a thought that says, Arsenal, you're lazy, right? First of all, I know it's not coming from me. I know it's from the enemy, right? But the problem comes when I identify with it or I try to fight against it. But if you just let it pass, it's like, oh, okay, like right? You just like let it go, right? Or like this morning, I woke up feeling buns, like I wanted to go back to sleep, right? The problem isn't me feeling tired or whatever, or wanting to go back to sleep. The problem is what I do based off of that, right? So if I feel tired every single time, like I want to go back to sleep, and every single time I go back to sleep, each time it's just gonna get harder to not go back to sleep, right? Or let's say I have a feeling of, oh, I'm hungry. So every single time you feel a bit of hunger, you have to eat. That's what I mean by like feeding your flesh. Like it only gets stronger, right? And you only realize that when you try to say, oh, I'm not going to eat. And then now you're going through spiritual warfare. Now your freaking mind is like, no, I gotta eat. If I don't eat, I'm gonna die. Da, 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 da. And you're having all these thoughts, right? And if you're identifying with those thoughts, like, what is wrong with me? Why am I having these thoughts? Da, 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 da. That's where the problem comes. But if you just realize those thoughts are going to come naturally if you don't like feed your flesh, like, they're just going to come.
Yeah, it's interesting because there are habits that are fear based, and there are habits that are directed by your self will, by self love even. Is
Hmm.
that kind of what you're talking about? It's like you kind of have to learn to love yourself and like to escape these patterns, you know? Because it's just so hard
Yeah.
to like it's so hard to resist these carnal pleasures. They feel so good, and you're able to justify it. The like the devil or demon. I know this was a scripture in the Bible or something like
Hmm.
the evil can justify anything. You know what I mean? Like you're able to trick yourself into thinking anything is productive or good. You know what I mean? It's like
Or like justify everything.
yeah, it's like there's always a
Yeah.
justification for like really anything. Like it's like even with evil people, I'm sure Putin or whoever thinks what they're doing is just, you know what I mean? Or bad people in general, like bad people like think what they're doing is the right thing to do, you know what I mean? But like
I mean,
there obviously is an objective right and wrong in this life.
mhm.
So like you just have to listen to the right voices, you know?
I will say though, like to be transparent, uh, because when it comes to me building good habits and breaking old ones, the hardest thing is the first no. Like, let's say today you're gonna let's say today you are going to start eating less or start eating better. The hardest part is going to be the first time you say no, I'm not,
Yeah, it's
because that's
true.
when that's when your mind, your thoughts, everything is going to be against you making that decision. Like everything is going to be so like, but like over time, it's like, oh, like this is like nothing, like this is, just like it's like breathing now, like like my body says this and I say I'm still gonna do this regardless, like over time, and it's never just gonna be like a straight line. It's gonna go up and down, right? But the hardest like part about it is that initial no, right?
Oh yeah, I think so. Like I always tell myself this when I'm in the gym. Like, who is the baddest motherfucker? Who's the baddest mofo? Who's the most courageous person in the gym? It's not the guy pushing 500 pounds off the bench. It's that fat dude on the treadmill sweating his balls off.
Hmm.
It's true. It's so hard to start from zero, But once you get the ball rolling, momentum builds. In 3 weeks, it becomes a habit. You know, I have a question for you. So, because obviously, like you're very wise, and I think a lot of players who want to become pro are listening to you right now, in Rocket League. Are you able to like give maybe like a reading list or books that have helped you or content that's helped you become so strong-willed? Like obviously, there's the Bible is one book, but like any other books as well, like self-help books or anything
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, my number one, of course, the Bible. If you really want to learn and you want to become better, read the Bible and understand that once again, it's a relationship. It's not just a to-do list. Because you can still do a lot of things in the Bible, and if your heart's not in the right place, then you know, you know what I'm saying. But there's this book called Atomic Habits that's really good. It
I've read that one.
Teaches you how to um but like what habits are, how to apply them. It teaches you the importance of like, yeah, you can know, but if you don't do, then like it means nothing, right? Like you can read that whole book, but like if you aren't applying it, that's why it's best to just like read a small part and then apply it and then focus on the applying it each time, right? But that's a good book. Honestly, that's one of the only books like I guess recently. When I was actually becoming pro, I didn't like I just watched a lot of YouTube videos. I'm not gonna lie. I was an
Hey,
NPC.
hey, YouTube works.
Yeah. But I'd say Atomic Habits is probably the most important book that you could read, especially if you want to learn like discipline and you want to learn like self control. Like of course first the Bible and then if you just want like practical like knowledge, then you can read Atomic Habits.
hmm I agree. I would have said Atomic Habits probably my number one too.
Hmm.
And there's another book. I mean, obviously, The Seven Effective Principles for Highly Successful People by Dale Carnegie. That's a pretty mainstream one. That's more for like biz. I mean, it's really for anything. Um, oopsie. Okay, so I have a question. We just
Hmm.
spoke in an in-depth way, which is awesome. It's the recording says we've been live or recording at least for 1 hour 51 minutes. This is your call because I want to respect your time. I
Hmm.
do have a replay of myself. That if you want to quickly like maybe just do a few plays.
Yeah.
But it's your decision. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, perfect.
I have a session in like 6 7 minutes, so I think we have time to go over a few plays.
Okay. Do you want a loss? There's a loss, but I'm trying to find.
Yeah.
I'll just get this one. Screw it. It does say insane, but this is more. I will say this is representative of how I usually play, honestly. All right. Do you see? Do you see the screen?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
All
see
right.
it.
Let's see. So again, this podcast was born out of my desire to be SSL. My whole channel is based off my like mission to be SSL. So, um, I'm trying to get that this season. Let me go back. I will say this is I played well this game, but we did lose. But this was about a
Hmm.
few days ago. Let's see. Yeah, man. Wow, that was an awesome conversation. Have you ever done have you ever had a conversation like that in like a kind of like a coaching a replay review session? Probably not.
Uh, in that exact like format, no, I don't think
That's
so. I think
cool.
that was really cool.
That was cool. I love this idea of this podcast replay review thing. But yeah. All right. So let me know when to stop or whatever. If you notice
Hmm.
anything. This is like GC2 by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, that
wait,
was
go
bad.
back.
That was horrible.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is you like I see this a lot. People try to make adjustments too early. Like you try to like arrow and like get the arrow stuff set up too early. Like all you have to do is just not even arrow, just like fly up to the ball, and then if you want to arrow, like arrow last second.
Okay.
Like the arrowing, like you arrowing to the ball, like it doesn't really like do too much.
You're right. Cuz look, I
Because
already
like
have a
you,
perfect line.
yeah, like based on your like arrows for adjustments, like last second adjustments. So if you're already on the line and you're going towards the net, like you already have a good first touch too. Like if you want to arrow, you just use the arrow to make slight adjustments, but you throw yourself offline. So it's like now you're like more under the ball. You're like now the touch is like awkward. Now
Mhm.
you're really on the left side of the ball when you just want to be behind the ball more on
Was I
those
going for the
plays.
flipper set there?
Yeah, I think so.
That's rough. That's rough. I don't know. I think I was going for 50, but who knows? Let's see. The coaches I've talked to like 5 coaches so far, and none of them have done like the free play stuff that you do. All right. Let's see. I'll just go to a goal that I gave up. How about that? Let's see.
Yeah.
Whatever. We do get scored on here. Uh, okay, that wasn't. I don't know. That's really nothing, right?
Well, I think for one, no. So you got the reset too late.
Okay.
So like the faster you get the reset, so like let's say you get this touch, boom. The fast okay, right there, I wouldn't even go for a reset, honestly, because you can't like score. Because he's like challenging. So like I'd probably just hit it over him. Or if I do get the reset, I wouldn't even like use it, like because you're under the ball and you're also above the goal, so like you're gonna go up, you're gonna flip it above the crossbar. So it's like, and if your teammate's not there, then like it's just a risky like shot to commit for, especially because you have low boost. Like if you had like 30 boost left, I'd probably like flip it high, but based on all things that are included and the guy challenging, if you want to learn how to play safe and be threatening, I'd probably just either A, hit it over, or after I get the reset, like just hold it and see if he misses and then try to use the reset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Because like even if Bikini, I'm just calling Bikini, like hits it. I mean, my
Yeah.
teammate probably has a free ball out now.
Your teammate has a free ball, and then like you can take that corner boost, and then
Like this is so
you
much
know,
more awkward for him. Look at that. It's so awkward.
I mean, he still could have scored it. Like it's just the fact that he's waiting to see if you doubled, and the other guy read it pretty well.
Let's get
So
another goal scored.
so the problem right here is that like for one, you get a touch going one way, but your car is going the opposite direction, so you try to like catch up to it. Like you could have even like just touched this to the corner and followed it up. You just made it awkward on yourself because you didn't know where the ball was going. Like you
Yeah.
don't. It doesn't look like you know where you want to touch the ball. So like you just touch it anywhere, and then your car is just going in the opposite direction. Then you try to like do like a 3-point turn. So
Yeah.
it's just like
That was rough.
it was awkward. If you were just more intentional, like even if you just like rolled it up the wall or up the corner, like obviously ideally what you want to do here is that you just want to like get a touch and go in that same direction, or even like jump, flip. Here, like I'll show you in free play real quick. Like
Sure.
that's what I mean. Like it's better to make plays because even if he's going to your corner, like a lot of times your corner is like your safe spot. So like if it's in your corner, it's normally safe. That's why people don't normally like just instantly commit. Also like pros, but like let's say like the ball's like going this way. Like even if you'd have got it with low boost, even if you'd have got a touch like or just like this, you'd have been good. Because then you would have been able to like follow up the ball for one, or like being able to like get a touch like that. Because even if you don't commit after, it's at least safer than like what you actually did. Like the ball's like, or let's say, hold on. Let's say the ball's like going like this direction or whatever the case is. Like if you just play it, it doesn't have to be a perfect touch. If you just are able to like play it, like even like you get a touch like, I mean, obviously more into the corner, but the more you're able to like play it into the corners like this, then you can like make a follow-up play. But the problem was you got a touch where it's like this, where it's like kind of like this off the back, so then they can immediately shoot it. Even if it goes into your corner, they have to then and then like especially if it rolls up, they have to get around the ball. They have to go up here. They have to boom, and that gives your teammate time to get back also.
I
And like if
see.
you follow it up, you should be good.
All right. Perfect. I'll do it after you. Top 3 favorite dishes, like food. I like to end these with like a
Food,
fun fact.
Okay, so
Oh
yeah,
all right,
top
ready? Are
3.
you ready
I'm
for
gonna
this?
go
I'm gonna list
chicken.
mine too, but
Oh, okay. So, start with 3. My
Yeah,
fault.
yeah,
My
yeah.
fault. That's one right there. I'm gonna go. Okay, 3. I'm gonna go with top 3. I'm gonna go. Damn, I don't even know if I got a 3. I
It's
mean,
tough.
maybe. Yeah, it is super tough. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go steak. Ooh, is it steak though? I don't know. I feel like I just like food. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go rice because it's very. You can do a lot with it. I'm gonna do. 2 is hard, bro. Maybe just like some broccoli. I don't know. It's like
Dude,
I
you're
don't know.
healthy
Maybe
as fuck.
yeah, some chicken. No, I had to change my diet, bro. Like I was cooked,
That's crazy.
but
All
like
right.
yeah.
You know what? Chicken is really fucking good. I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna put chili cheese dogs number 3. You're gonna see how fat I am real quick. All right. Number 2, it's a quadruple double from McDonald's. I'm just joking. No, not from McDonald's. Number 2, I'm gonna say honestly, paella. It's like a Spanish dish, like a rice dish with like lobster, squid, all this seafood. And I would say number 1, I'm gonna go with. This is tough.
It is hard.
You know what? Yeah, I think my number 1 has to be a shrimp pasta. It's like if you ever go to dim sum places, they have like this shrimp pasta with this like really sweet soy sauce. It's so fucking good. Yeah, yeah. I'm like a seafood kind of
W
guy.
eats. W eats.
Sorry?
I said W eats.
W eats. Yeah. Hopefully, I might eat some right now. Actually, I'm gonna eat some shrimp.
Mhm.
Shrimp is not that bad, but all right, brother. I'm gonna let you get back to it, man. It's been such a pleasure. Like, thank you so much for coming on. Maybe we'll have you back on when I'm a little bigger or something.
Heck yeah, bro.
I'm grinding, bro.
Thank you for having me too, bro.
Yeah, bro. It was a
Thank you for
blast,
having me,
man.
bro.
All right, brother. Peace. See ya, man.
Have a good one, bro.
You too.
Peace.
Bye bye.